afternoon, guys. It's 5:29 p.m. It's September 7th today, and today is what, Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. So let's start with the pre-market note. So sorry, I had to publish a note today late, right? So because I got busy, in trading in the morning. Usually I don't do that. That is the reason I don't do that, because if I'm in the trade, it is hard for me to focus on the notes, right? So, and when I was writing a note, I was about to type the levels, and I see the price coming to those levels, and then it sucked me in. And then I was at the next minute, I was like in ultra bond, in a bond trading, in crude, in NQ, like I was everywhere. And just suddenly everything came down, right? So then I got sucked in, and that's why. But eventually I closed out early those trades so I can focus on writing, but still I was late anyway, so sorry for that. But so it is all about the September month, right? So now you know the importance of September month. You will see this back and forth, so the sooner you are done with the trading, some profits, don't trade later in the day, because chances are you will give back your profit. Most, I would say almost 70% I am right that you will give back your profit, or at least I would say 50% of your profit you will give it back to market in September month. This is the story for every day. So if you're done in the trading, in the morning hours before, let's say 12 p.m. right, Eastern Standard Time, then don't trade, just watch. Don't even play with micros. Don't do it at all. Just lock in the profit, whatever you get, and then done deal. Except when you see a pure trend down day, or trend up day, everything across the board is moving, then you can hold on to your trade. Otherwise, don't bother. So now this area is important, right? So the very first step I wrote is what? This 32.29 is important, right? So important means important for both parties, right? So if it is important and the price is trading below it, sellers are in control. If it is trading above, buyers are in control, right? But then you have this and this are resistance above it, right? So if you, let's say, price is trading above it, and if it hits this, you have to evaluate your trade and see whether you want to take profit because it's September month, or scale it, or hold it, or bail out, something like that. Break below all. So below 29, sellers have a control. Up to 20 to decide then, right? So you can play from 29 to 20 ideally, right? Or you can manage it during the daytime frame, right? So that is what it is in a nutshell for ES. Everything else, price get to 45.10 basically, right? And then it held it. So that is what ES is doing, balancing between these areas, right? So now if you go back here for ES, so 29.30, so which is this area, this 29 to 32, see that price open right into 29.32, right? So technically it's doing nothing, neither bullish neither bearish, right? Below, yes, sellers are in control now, all three areas below, right? 43, 37, 38, 29, 32. Now you can take a short, but the question is, do you want to go with the flow, or usually, as I said, right, September month, wait for a pullback instead of going with the flow, because that is how the chop is going on, right? So you're better off taking a pullback or waiting for a pullback than going with the flow, short here, let's say, right, and then target 20 or 10, right? That trade you can take it, but it's a risky proposition. Overall it's a bullish market, right? And price is gapping down straight into close to this support, into support technically, right? So buyers can actually buy right from here and take it higher, right? So if that is the case, you wait for a pullback here and go long. If it went through it, you wait for a pullback here and go short. See my point? So that is the way you want to trade it. Now if you look at this, right, it has a balance here, right? Right of the open, it had a breakdown. So you can make a case if you want to, that hey, based on 24 hour, it is kind of a breaking down below this support, right? And the entire 29.32 area So I can take a breakdown short here, right? But as I said, September month, avoid breakout and breakdown, stick with pullback. But even, let's say, even though if you want to take this trade, right, by the time you see the candle close, because now it's based on 5 minutes, you are taking it, right? So if by the time you see the candle close, it is right into 2022 area, important support, bold support, see my point? So there is no way you can take this breakdown. So you have to wait for a pullback here and then short, right? Or let price goes below it, pull back to this broken support into resistance, then take a trade, short, because now it's confirming. You can target 45.10, and if everything else is good, you can hope for more, otherwise bail out, right? So this is the trade. Broken support 2022 turn into R right here in this circle. You can take this trade, now, but I put a different arrow here. It's not a valid, super valid trade, right? It's a semi valid trade based on the pure price action. But if you combine everything else, right? So price action is telling you, yes, sellers are in control, right? Price went through the 2022, you are using this area to short, but at the same time you can see it AD here. Look at this, it's rising, right? So it can easily go up here up to 0, or maybe here, and then come down. So it is also possible price could have gone here, which you are waiting for a pullback, right? And AD is still here, and then you can take a short. See my point? So that would be the ideal short. But this is also valid short because it's protected by VWAP and mid, right? And now you have a price action also, morning thrust down, open drive down, pullback, right? AD is still negative, or close to it balancing, I would say, like this circle or rectangle. So you can take a short based on this, targeting 10, because most likely now price is in the middle at 15-16 area, which is underline area, right? Not bold though, ideally. So since it broke through this area, right, it is possible that it will go to 10, and then bounce. You skip one basically, one support. So based on that idea, you can take a short here. But when price came down here, right, you can see the AD was diverging actually. See here, it was not like here, it was here. So you bail out. Then no long here, right, because AD is still now negative, it's trending down, it's supposed to go higher. So, and in fact now it is coming to 10, it may go down, right? It's if a valid open drive, price can continue to go down. So you can't take a long here. Now you have to only look for shorts. Why? Because of this momentum. See this momentum? So now and momentum is completely below 0, so it is trending down, so you can only look for short. Now when price pull back here to this 2022 area right here, right, here you can take a trade, another short. This is a valid short now. If you missed all of this, this is a valid short, because now you can look at it here. The picture is completely below 0, minus 600 couple of times. It is now, you can look at it here, it's pure trending down, it's here, right? This is a perfect textbook short, back to 10 and possibly below. That is what you should look for right here. When you take this trade, you should look for, and it's the confluence area too, VWAP and mid, right? And it is close to this Friday's low also. So you can take this trade short and look for 0, price goes to 0 or at least 10, right? So then when price came down here, it is still at the same place technically, right? It stopped going down, which is fine. Let's say it can stay here and price continue to go down, right? So that is not the reason you will bail out here. You will hold it, right? And then momentum, you can see it, that momentum slowly trying to go higher now. It's holding higher up, right? Still you hold this trade, right? Then what happened? Then price went higher, correct? And then momentum is still below 0 technically, it is still there, right? Now you watch what you want to see. Now you want to see price not going higher. You want to see price from here, because it's chopping around, right? Go straight down, take out this 10. That is what you want to see. You do not want price to come down again here, hold it, then something is off, because since it's a valid open drive, ideally it should not have pulled back here. Since it's the second time it pulled back here, something is off anyway, right? It should not even go back above this area, but it did. So then it's second time when it came down here. Now you can see it, momentum is like fading away, slowly. It is still holding it, right? So this could be your warning sign. And if you're watching other market, I would suggest you bail out here. Or when you see this pop back up here, you bail out right there. Because now price can go back right here, or maybe possibly higher too, you know. So, and that is eventually happen, you know, straight here, right, close to this area. So now this is the pullback that I was waiting here at this time, not later in the day, right? Because now I can see the momentum is coming up. See that? So now it's not a good idea to short here, because price can technically, even with this down internals, this is a bullish market, it can just small balance breakout, small balance breakout, you know. So even it can fill this gap. So you do not want to short here. Your day is over basically. Its price is screwed up now, because now you have entire this balance underneath you, so you cannot short here. Right here you cannot short because you have this balance to deal with now. See, and this mini balances. So no shorts. Can you go long? Obviously not. Why? Because of this picture, and it is still trending down. So no long, no shorts. That means do nothing. You know, these were the only trades. And then what happened? Try to hold it here, hold it. Eventually price took over and it went down, right? So, but there is no trade here. Okay. Now so that is the story for ES. Now tomorrow I have no clue what's gonna happen, because it's a September month. I don't wanna guess anything. And Labor Day, look at what happened. Friday, damn thing stayed up, then gap up, entire gap, its entire price action, price gap down below, and now it is back to the same damn 10 area, you know. So now and also it is at least below 2022, right? So now the question is what it wants to do, which I have no clue. It can go back to 10 again and bounce back up. But if it breaks below 10, then we have sellers officially in control, and then price can go down to this 4500 area or even 94, and then again you can see a ping pong, right? So that is quite possible, because the market has so many support in ES at the lower level. Okay, so that is the story for ES. Now for NQ, these are the areas are important for both parties, right? So I took a short at 665, somewhere in between these two, right? There were multiple reasons for it. You can go through the Discord. Right around opening short, I took at 665. Somebody, I think Ivan, asked for the question why I did that, take the short. I gave the full reason there. So you have to go through the Discord around 9:30, between 9:30 to 9:40, and you will see my response there. It was a confluence area close to this, and ES was, other markets were going down, ES was going higher, NQ was going higher, straight into this resistance. In between, this was a bold, so I took a short in the middle at 665, you know, in live when I was watching it. And then I bailed out, you know, earlier around maybe this area somewhere, 627 or whatever, you know, somewhere. And then NQ actually bounced from this area pretty much, you know, back to again to this area. And then an entire day it spent time around 682, 686, and then which was the other area, 670, you know. So those are the areas, 670, 676, 686, 682. NQ had a lot of rotation around that area. So those areas are important in NQ. Even it went to 660, right, at one point, and then it came back up at 670, and 5 p.m. it closed right there. So 670, 676, 682, 686, those four levels are very important for NQ to hold below for sellers. Above, you have to assume buyers are in control and they want to take NQ higher to 703, 723, 732 or 786 even, you know. So 650, 660, 670 are the line in sand for buyers from today in NQ. If they hold it above, price has a chance, you know, to go higher. So that is the story for NQ. Now Russell 76 is the good area. Remember, I think 2-3 days back, if you go back in a pre-market notes, I talked about 76, that it wants to go towards this area, or 80. So it basically held 80 entire day almost, and then it in the end it broke down, broke below 76. But in Discord I said 74, 76, 64 are important. So those levels are important now. 64, 74, not 76, I would say 74, 64. Those are the two only areas now important for buyers to hold above in Russell. If Russell holds it and let's say it goes back above 83 or 87, you have to assume buyers are back in the business and they will one more time take Russell above, try to take Russell above this area. So technically Russell's high was this, right? So that's why I highlighted here. Look at this. If buyers are aggressive, I want them to take out 0250. What happened? Buyers failed, right? It went to this area and got rejection right of the open and it tanked. Simple. So this is the important area now, right? In the sell, gold above 1815 favored reactionary long. So gold was a good trade from this area in the pre-market back to 15, right? And then above 15 you favor reactionary long, right? But it has to go through this area completely, right? And then you can favor long at pullback. But if it fails here, it can go down, right? Because we have to consider the past failed breakout situation. See, below 1815 overnight sellers have a control. So buyers failed to take out 1815 and then it failed from 1815 or 1816 or 17, I would say, right? And it then came down all the way to 1800, which is this area, and poke below it, right? So I was waiting to go long at this area, but damn thing did not even come there today. If it would have come there, I would have gone long, right? So now these are the important areas, do or die for gold. If it holds above this area, buyers still have a control. See these things? But below this, sellers are now officially in control in gold, for the short term. Crude, it's a game of 66. They damn thing somehow they love 66, above this buyers, below this sellers. So what happened? Price came down from here straight to 67, 66. Then what happened in the pre-market, right? It bounced from 66, which I took the long right here, but I bailed out in between. But then it damn thing went all the way up to 68, 66. And then what happened? Then again it came down, right? So it's just rotating between those 66 somehow. I don't know why the hell they like 66, but this is what my pure observation, But I have been observing this damn thing from last 1 week, and it is just damn thing is playing 66 to 66, So that's how the crude is. But so there was a very good trade in the ultra bond today, back from 194.20 to 195.27, and then again 195.27 to 194, and back to 194 to 195 or something, But it was a pure rotation back and forth between resistance and support in ultra bond. So that be all for today for all the markets, and then we'll wait for tomorrow to see what is going on, and that be all.